Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Stephanie with Lumeria Star. Today what we're going to do is a nice leisurely video. I'm a little under the weather with my allergies, so I don't feel great, but I wanted to share some new decks and books that have made their way to me. So this is all just like first impressions because I haven't used these decks or read these books, but I wanted to share what came in to me. And also I just want to preface that everything in this video was gifted to me, so I just want to make that clear that these were all sent for review purposes. So I have I have 5 decks and four books and one like witchy item. So let's just get into it. And again, I'm a little low energy today just because of my allergies. I have my cup of tea here, so if I'm just kind of talking slower or, again, just seem like a lower vibe, that's why. But we're just going to go with it. So let's take a sip of my tea here. Okay, so the first deck we have here, this is the Midnight Sun Oracle by Selena Moon. It is magical messages from the Nordic midsummer. This is a rock pool deck, and off the bat, I notice the box is like textured. I think you can kind of hear that. So it says here, bring the magic of midsummer into your life. The Midnight Sun Oracle is a culturally inspired deck with themes derived from the Swedish midsummer celebration, also known as Litha, which is super fun. I love seasonally themed decks. This is a time for families, friends, and communities to come together and celebrate the summer solstice with playfulness and joy. So this is a 36 card deck and guidebook. So let's take a look at this. Also, hold on one second. I'm going to turn my fan on because it's very stuffy in this room. Hold on, please. There we go. Perfect. All right, so let's take a look here. Got the inside of the box, which is quite pretty. It says Midsummer's magic unites hearts, honoring traditions with love, light, and joy. So this will be interesting because I do work with like the Seasons of the Witch Oracle series, and that is all seasonal energy. And I just got the Litha deck as well, so it'll be interesting to maybe like compare and contrast how these decks are. So let's see. These are the backs. Pretty purple gilding here. Let's see, do I want to, maybe I'll do just like a quiet flip through of these so you can kind of see the artwork, the titles, and like the keywords. Maple, wreath, self-love and beauty, I love that. Red clover, abundance and cultivation. Bluebell, rarity and appreciation. I will say off the bat, this probably isn't my like art aesthetic necessarily, but I am liking the keywords so far. Ring dance, action and fun. Singing, connection and outlet. Feast, indulgence and contribution. Belonging, togetherness, and welcoming. I will say, I'm just like looking at like this maypole here. One of my favorite horror films is Midsummer, in case you didn't know. I love horror films. It would have been really nice, and again, this is just like a me thing, a preference thing, if there was a deck like this that depicted or illustrated like the old traditions rather than like modern interpretations. But that's like a very personal preference. I'm sure people probably prefer the modern depictions, but again, I just thought I would share that. So we have belonging, bright night, country road, midnight swim, summer romance, fun, frogs, children, rain, lover's dream, is that a T? Pentathlon, June, skinny dipping, fun, holiday, strawberries. I'm really liking the keywords. Oak, magical night, midsummer broom, bare feet, celebration, sunset, heat or heel. That one's a little hard to read. I think that's heat. That T is so subtle. I think it's heat. Juicing, healing power, Midsummer Night's Treasure, future divination, dress, spirits and drinks, and midnight sun. And then, so let's take a quick look at the guidebook. So it's like, this is how thick the guidebook is. So we have our table of contents that you can look up by card, a little introduction of Midsummer, how to use the cards. So we've got some spreads, a wreath spread, 7 flowers, maypole, midnight sun. And then we go right into the card. So it looks like we get a color image of the card, a depiction of the card, and then a divinatory message. So we get that for each one. So that's a nice amount of information per card. Let's see, do I want to shuffle and just read one from the deck? Yeah, let's just do that. All right, let's see what message is coming through for us today from Midnight Sun Oracle. So we've got wreath, self-love and beauty. So I'm going to read from the guidebook so we know how it reads. The women are roaming the land in search of the most beautiful wildflowers to create a wreath to be worn by mothers, daughters, and children on this special day. Blues, reds, whites, and yellows are intertwined in a magical ritual of binding, with each woman using their own technique. Friends and family join in, dancing and running around, while the women of Midsummer craft their headpieces. Women proudly wear the flower crown, embracing the royal feeling throughout the day and making every woman feel special, unique, and celebrated. This day, all the women get to be the queen of Midsummer. That's very nice. Message. Let the energy of the wreath bring you the sensation of self-love and embrace the beauty of your life. Take a moment to list the things you love about yourself. What makes you feel beautiful and healthy? Can you do more of these things? So I like how there's like reflection questions here and potential to like do some journal prompts. So I like that. Nature is believed to possess the most power during midsummer when everything is in full bloom and growth is at its peak. We capture this special force in the flower wreath in the hope of maintaining health and keeping illnesses and misery away. Channel the power of nature through the wreath and let it bring you good health and joy. So that's lovely. So I'm excited to check this deck out like next month in June. Also when I'll be using my Litha deck. So that will be very fun. So stay tuned like on my Instagram page to see how that works out. So that is the Midnight Sun Oracle. Let me know down in the comments what you think of this deck. Okay, so next deck we're going to check out is the Deadly Apothecary Oracle. This is by Priestess Moon, and it's a poisonous plants as guides and healers. So this is a 36 card deck and guidebook. So let's just get into this one. I really like this art style too. Feels very, very witchy. All right, in this one, you can see the inside of the box, beautiful black and red. This one says, dark cures lies within, if you are willing to reap what you sow. And this one says, a note on poisonous plants. In these modern times, these plants must not be touched or consumed unless administered by a trained practitioner. So that's good to know, kind of a little disclaimer there. These are the backs, so pretty and vibrant and red. And we've got like almost like a, it's not like a shimmery red, it's almost like a matte red, but like the matte's also shiny. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so I've definitely at least shuffled this deck, so it's not in order, but I'm just going to flip through. So you can see the beautiful illustrations, and you can see they're numbered We have the poisonous plant along with like the divinatory keywords. I love how colorful these like poisonous plant spirits are, and like up against this like dark black background. I think that's pretty striking visually. And I will say I'm not familiar with like a lot of these, like Lily of the Valley, yes. I've heard of Death Cap, Holly, Black Hellebore, Snowdrop. Okay, so as soon as I say that, Hemlock, Opium Poppy, Belladonna. Never heard of Destroying Angel, Hogweed, Hemlock Water Dropwort, Nutmeg. How is nutmeg poisonous? We use that as a spice. See, I'll learn something here. Boggard Posy, I've never heard of that. Henbane, Tobacco, Mistletoe, Cherry Laurel. These are giving very like Yule energy. Castor Bean, Poison Ivy with the keyword of Psychic Vampire. Angel's Trumpet, Arum Lily, Baneberry. So let's take a look at the guidebook quickly. This is how thick we are here. We've got our table of contents, introduction, poisons, and the antidotes. I think if I remember when I flipped through this before, each card in this guidebook has a poison and an antidote message, which I think is interesting. How to use the cards. We have some simple spreads here. 5 signs that indicate the deadly apothecary oracle is working. Interesting. You recognize behaviors in yourself and others, feeling compassion for both. You are no longer easily offended. You accept, I don't know if that's a typo. YL, I don't know if that means anything. And identify negative emotions without shame as part of your human experience. That's interesting. Yeah, so if we move into the guidebook, we get an image of the card. It is color. We get the botanical name, the energy, other names, traditional and medicinal uses, magical and historical uses, the poison, and the antidote. So I think that's really interesting. And that's the structure of this guidebook. So let's pull a card. Let's see what comes through with this one. Okay, we have Liberty Cap with Surrender. So number 36. All right. I think that's the last one. Yeah, it's the last one on the book because it's a 36 card deck. All right, so I'm not going to read all of this, but I will read the poison and the antidote. So let's see here. Okay, the disempowered Liberty Cap doesn't allow for intuition, pottering, or time to dream because they want to achieve their human goals as quickly as possible. They will never give in and never give up and will keep knocking on closed doors. They have decided that their life plan is, they have decided what their life plan is, and there's no deviating from their rigid schedule. They must stick to this plan. There is a logical progression of things to cross off their to-do list so they can be seen as successful. They are locked in their own mind, trying to use willpower and force to create things and not allowing for creativity, insight, or new experiences. So that's the poison, which I guess is kind of like a shadow meaning. I think that would be really great to use for like this deck could be a great deck for shadow work. And the antidote. Liberty Cap must realize that the universe has a plan for them that may not fit in their inflexible ideas about how their life should pan out. An empowered Liberty surrenders and lets go, allowing their higher self to be in charge. They may go on many magical side adventures and might not achieve their goals as quickly as they would like, but they must trust that what is meant for them will come to them. As Lao Tzu said, I hope I pronounced that right, by letting go, it all gets done. The world is won by those that let it go. But if you try and try, the world is hold on. I'm like twisting my words here. By letting go, it all gets done. the world is won by those that let it go. But if you try and try, the world is beyond the winning. Okay, that was a little bit of a tongue twister for me. But I think that's really interesting because it is kind of like the shadow meaning and what we can do about it. So I'm really interested to see how I might use this in my practice, particularly for shadow work. And I think I'm going to use this for journaling. So I will let you know how that practice develops. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of this deck. All right, so next deck that we have, this is the Love and Life, oh my gosh, Love and Light mantra cards, and it says a journey to self-discovery. So it looks like this is written by a wellness coach, Ali Oatjen. So these cards seek motivation, some inspiration. It's 36 cards. Let's just get into it. So this deck is an interesting, like it feels a little bit magnetic, but it's like, it opens like a book. So it says, my happiness is found in the present moment, and I realize this is all that exists. Let's take these cards out. Oh, so this comes with a little, a little card holder. So that's nice that's in there, a little added bonus. I think I did shuffle these once. Yeah, I haven't used them yet. These are the backs. We've got our classic kind of gold gilded edges. So I will just kind of flip through these cards. You can see there's a title, and it looks like pretty much like an affirmation, like an I statement on each one. These cards feel very gentle, very feminine. Yoga poses, women with friends. So this has a very like feminine energy vibe. Time to play, I like that keyword. Share your uniqueness. Bliss in presence. Oh, I like that one. Dream big. That one's sticking. No. Let go. Future vision. That is what you feel, so that is what's coming. Growth. Ride the waves of life. A lot of like beautiful yoga poses here. I could see this being used in like a yoga class, like setting an intention or meditation, something like that. That's our cover image there. Lovely. So let's pull a card from this. So this guidebook, it's kind of like staple bound. So it's a little like less, you know, no frills kind of guidebook. Ooh, did I bump the camera? There we go. So it looks like we just go like right into the cards, and I think it gives you an action. So let's just shuffle, and I'll read from the guidebook and see how that reads. Oops, I'm shuffling this deck upside down. Hold on. Hold on. All right, so be the change, number 9. I am the change. It all starts with me. So it says here, take note of every choice you make and ask yourself whether it is alignment with your highest good and is good for the earth. Every choice matters. They will either allow the universe to deliver what is meant for you or deliver lessons that will steer you back into alignment. Your alignment is for the good of the universe. And the action, create one conscious choice that will positively impact the universe. To create space for this choice, also let go of a choice that isn't serving your highest good. So I do like how there's little action statements. I mean, I feel like this deck is like pretty basic, but it is nice for like affirmations. I can see myself keeping this at my desk, just for a little hit of inspiration. So that is nice. Let me know what you think of this deck down in the comments below. All right, so we have 2 more decks to share. Let's see. Let's look at this one first. So this is the Heal Yourself Oracle by Ina Segal, Intuitive Guidance to Transform Your Soul. I believe this is a, like revised, or not revised, like a new addition to an old deck that I don't have, but I believe there is a Heal Yourself cards by Ina Segal. So I think this is just like a newer version. So this is 36 cards, and this is Transform Your Soul and Heal Your Life. So love that. That intrigues me. It says, open your heart and mind towards real transformations. So we've got a nice size guidebook here that we'll take a look at. Take these cards out. And yeah, this one I shuffled once before too, but I've not used yet. So these are the backs. We've got a pretty purple gilding here. And let's just flip through. So discover your life purpose, sadness, family and tribe. So this is another one where like the artwork really isn't calling to me, but I am liking these keywords. So I'm very curious to see like what might come through for me, because I work with decks all the time that I don't necessarily love the art, but I feel like they're really helpful and really powerful. So this is not something I personally would have probably been drawn to based off of the artwork. And again, artwork is super subjective, so I just want to say that. Procrastination, but I like how there's like shadowy cards here. Selling out. Like, yeah, some of these not keywords. Art looks a little AI and a little hypersexual. Like, I don't know why we have to have like her nipples coming through her top, but you know, that's just me. I think that was unnecessary, or I don't know, maybe that is for selling out. I'm not sure. I guess I'd have to read the guidebook. Unleash your creativity, wild, Phoenix rising, rejection. Yeah, a lot of like hypersexual women, sexuality, healing. And that's not, there's nothing wrong with that, but sometimes I'm like, was that necessary? Soulmate, beauty, hole in the soul, letting go, entrapment, take off your mask, victim consciousness, temptation, pay attention to signs, inner child, self-sabotage, how teachable are you, have faith, alchemy, help from above, pride, cycles, love, say what you mean, dreams, self-love, patience, and sexual art. So there is a sexual component to this, or sexual energy in here. Let's see, the guidebook. It's a nice size. We've got our table of contents, introduction, how to use the cards, all the kind of standard stuff. And then we go into the cards, and it looks like we have our image, a little write-up, and then this kind of like actionable item. So let's shuffle and see what we get. Okay, we have Temptation, number 19. So I will read from the guidebook. All right, let me take a sip of tea real quick. Okay. It says, life is full of temptations, and right now you are being asked to choose the higher path. You need to prove that you are worthy and important. Your need to prove that you are worthy and important is clouding your true purpose and tempting you to make wrong decisions. Become aware of what is happening in your life right now. Are you feeling bored in a relationship and looking for something outside of your partnership instead of being honest and working on challenges you are experiencing or moving on? Is there a work opportunity that's tempting you to act without integrity in order to get ahead? Are you using money as an excuse to not follow your heart? This card asks you to focus on the bigger picture, be honest with yourself, and take the higher path. Another opportunity that is much grander than what you have imagined is on its way. Just be open to it and allow it into your life. So the action here, it says, give yourself 5 minutes of uninterrupted time. Write down in what area of your life you are being tempted, what choices you have made, and what are the best choices you could make. Rub your hands together, then place them slightly apart from each other. Imagine that you are holding an orange ray of light between your hands. Focus on courage. What does it mean for you to be courageous enough not to buy into temptation? Place your hands on the part of your body where you need courage the most. Send the orange ray there and repeat, I am courageous, and take positive actions that yield the greatest results. Imagine yourself acting courageously and doing what will lead you to the higher path. So I like how there's an actionable item for each card, so that's pretty cool. And I think with the shadowy cards here, because there are some shadowy cards in here, this will obviously lend itself well to any type of shadow work you might want to do. So again, I believe this is kind of like a revised edition, but let me know if you have the original. I'm pretty sure there's an original, but let me know down in the comments below what you think of this deck, the Heal Yourself Oracle by Ina Segal. Okay, so last deck for this video, and then we'll move on to a few books. This is the Resurrection Oracle by Jenna Della Battaglia. It says, welcome to your life. And this is a very similar box to the previous one. So this is 36 cards. And it says, life's events, emotions, and moments continually shape us. Beautiful and messy, life forces us to naturally resurrect and metamorphose. This deck focuses on some of the important milestones we all face and the emotions we're taught to feel. The cards can also be read on a daily basis and applied to everyday victories and struggles. All right, so let's just go through this one. Here is a place that is complex, full of events, emotions, and moments that shape us continually. So very similar setup to the last box. And this one I also shuffled but haven't worked with yet. These are the backs. And we've got this really pretty like royal blue here, cobalt blue gilding. So yeah, so we have, it says The Graduate, One of a Kind, Write Your Own Story. I'm liking this artwork a bit better. The Mother of Invention, Return to Innocence, Face Value, Growing Old Gracefully, Confidence is Key, Finding Your Spirituality, Calm Before the Storm, Sick and Tired, The Departure, Blind Faith, Bats in the Belfry, Into Temptation, The Coupling, Finding Your Niche, Joyful Moments, Lean on Me, Feast or Famine, Unconditionally, Best Friends, On Your Way, The Arrival, Crossing Over, Coming of Age, The Lament, School Days, Inner Child, Your First Time, Your Ancestry, Turning Point, A Life Well Lived, The Dream State, Not in the Cards, and The Face You Put On. So let's take a quick look at that guidebook. So table of contents, probably like all the standard stuff, an introduction to the deck, some spreads and how to use the cards. We get into the cards here, and we have a color image, we have a divinatory meaning, and then also a reversed meaning, which I feel like you don't always get in oracles. So yeah, so let's just pull a card. Let's see how this one reads. Okay, we have Growing Old Gracefully, number 12. Okay, let's see. So the upright meaning, authentically you. Life has a funny way of showing up on your face, and this is okay. As they say, youth is wasted on the young, but is it? When you grow old gracefully, you embrace the life well lived and are proud to show your wisdom and experience. I'm not talking about avoiding a new retinol cream or eye serum here. Self-care is very important. I'm talking about living in your wisdom, being unafraid to speak your truth, not getting lost in the quest for eternal youth because you are busy living a full and rich life. Society has made it the standard for people not to age or let gravity show. Shame on society, for this is because gravity happens to every one of us. Don't be afraid to show your age and do not let other people dictate what is beautiful and or acceptable. There is beauty everywhere and you are absolutely no exception here. So I really like that message. Let's see the reverse message. Act your age? Well, not necessarily. To make the most of life, it's important not to be taking yourself too seriously. If you're stuck thinking, when I was younger, I used to be skinny, had flawless skin, was bright-eyed, are you so lost in your search for eternal youth that you are forgetting to live today? You have evolved beautifully, and I'm inviting you to look at yourself with kind eyes today. Have you ever heard someone body shamed or trolled for not being up to society's beauty standards? Did you get livid that someone could be so cruel to a stranger? Then why would you allow yourself to be so cruel to yourself? Look in the mirror and find your beauty, your grace. Say something wonderful to yourself. Carry this grace with you throughout your day. So that's a really nice message. I like that a lot. So let me know what you think of that deck and how that card read from the guidebook. This will be another one I'm probably going to use for my journaling practice. So TBD on how this one works out for me, but let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on that one. All right, so now we're on to books. I'll kind of go over these a little bit quicker because I'm not going to read from the books. This one is Alone Time, so Embracing Solitude for Health and Well-Being. This one feels really interesting to me as someone who works in mental health. So I want to read this and kind of use this as a reference. So basically, it's just about embracing alone time and what that means and what you can do. So I haven't read this one yet, but I am pretty excited to get into it. Remote work minus the stress. That's chapter 12. I feel like that's very appropriate for modern times. Distract to calm. It looks like we have some exercises in here, which is great because I can use some of these with clients. So this is definitely going to be, I'm going to keep this one on my desk to use with clients and with myself. So yeah, this one I'm excited to check out. This is by Sybil Geldart, PhD, and this is a Rockpool publication. So it's the importance of personal space in a changing world. Really lovely. It's not super dense. This is 223 pages, and the print is larger. So this is going to be a nice one. I'm going to keep this on my desk. Okay, so another book that was sent to me. I'm excited about this one. This is Secrets of Greek Mysticism. I admittedly don't know a whole lot about Greek myth. I actually never had a class on that in high school or college, but there are Greek goddesses that I do follow, Persephone and Aphrodite. So actually I'm curious to see if they're in here. Aphrodite is chapter 12. There is no Persephone. Interesting. Okay. But this looks like it's going to be a really nice, reference book. So I'm excited to get into this because I really just never sat down and read about Greek myth. Like I said, it just wasn't a class I had growing up. I know a lot of people had that in high school. My high school didn't have that. So this one's really interesting and I'm curious to see. Actually, let's look at the Aphrodite chapter. Oh, interesting. It's written in the first person. I grew up in Cyprus, the island where, according to Greek mythology, oh, wait. No. That's not being, okay. It's being written by the author. Okay. Never mind. So we have the essence of Aphrodite, the 4 Aphrodites. I don't know about that. Virtues, mantras, connecting with Aphrodite out in nature, symbolism. Fun. So I'm excited to check this one out. This is by George Lizos. So this is who is this book by? Hampton Roads. Oh, and the cover art is by Mike Wilcox, and that is the Mike Wilcox Tarot, which I absolutely love. So that's cool. So excited to check out that one. Okay, so 2 other books that were sent to me, which is so interesting. I would have never picked up, but like I love learning about like new divination that like isn't part of my lineage. So this is the Hoodoo Tarot workbook. So this is like root work, rituals, and divination. This is by Tayane Lee McQuellar. I'm so sorry pronouncing people's names. And this one is Throwing Bones, Crystal Stones, and Curios. This is by Mystic Dylan. So these are 2 types of divination I'm not familiar with. So this one's really about like hoodoo, root work. Not familiar with it, but I did just take a trip down to Charleston back in April, and I know like hoodoo and root work really kind of like started there in America, at least in this country, in that area. So I'm just curious to read this as like more of like a historical kind of read. Yeah, it's kind of like a reference book. And I guess, oh, okay, I guess if you have the Hoodoo Tarot, these are rituals for each of the Elders cards. Okay, interesting. So if you have the Hoodoo Tarot, you might want to pick this one up. I don't have that deck. Oh, these are a lot of really good spreads back here. Hold on. I want to show. Okay, so we have full moon spread, birthday spread, which is fun. Ritual wrap-up spread, healing trauma spread. Yes, have to check that one out. Difficult ancestry spread. These are really interesting. Lineage spread, career advancement spread, cycle breaker spread, post-argument spread. Oh, these are really interesting. I'm definitely going to try oh my gosh, what am I saying? My allergy medicine has me all like kind of like loopy. I'm going to try these spreads in this book, and I'll definitely let you know how it is. But let me know if you have any interest in checking out this book. This is by, I think this is an Inner Traditions publication. So that is the Hoodoo Tarot workbook. And then Throwing Bones. This is all about like, literally like, throwing bones as like a divination system. So let's see here. So we've, in the table of contents, we have the different types of divination. So necromancy, scrying, pendulums, other forms of divination, boards. Kind of distinguishes the differences. Building your claromancy kit. Interesting. See, this is something like I've never dabbled in. And I do have like charms and things. And I've been wanting to like play with it, but I just haven't yet. So let's see what else is in here. Scrying. I've never tried that. I have used a pendulum before. I'm not sure how much I trust my pendulum, to be quite honest. Runes, which I haven't gone into yet. Cartomancy. That's something I am. Let me move this. That is something I am wanting to dive into. So I'm going to take a look at this section. Cards at a glance. This is really interesting. Oh, and these are like boards you can use. Oh, that's super interesting. Look at that. Well, this could be a fun way, because I know I've probably shared in a previous video my tarot burnout. So this could be a really fun resource to take a look at, just because I'm feeling very blah about tarot. So like checking out new divination systems could be really fun. So this is by Mystic Dylan. Let me know what you think of this one. This is a Wiser Books publication. All right, so lastly is a planner I was sent by Ritual Planner. This one is the Astrology Planner. So I already used the Tarot Planner. So this one, I want to show you what like a typical day looks like. So if you look here, you have the moon phase, the date. You can pull a card and show how you're feeling, and then what you're grateful for, what you're proud of, and what you're manifesting. What I like about this one in particular, and I haven't started this one yet, and again, I'm already using the other dated planner, and I want to use this, but I wonder if I could use this past 2024. But I like how you can do, I'll show you, I'm just hitting the camera. You can do your birth chart, and then it comes with a stamper set. So it has all the astrological signs, the moon phases. Like, this is stuff I want to learn. And what you can do is you can put that, rather than pull a tarot card, you can pull like what the moon phase is in, things like that. So I think that's super interesting. So yeah, I wanted to share that. I haven't started this one yet, obviously, because I am using the other 2024 tarot planner from Ritual Planner, but I definitely wanted to share that. Their planners are awesome. So if that one calls to you with the astrology component, let me know down in the comments below. I have the tarot one and I love it. And I have the stamper set as well. So, whoops, I am just a hot mess today, aren't I? All right, so these are some of the decks I wanted to share with you all, decks and books. So let me know down in the comments below if any of these intrigue you, you liked it, didn't like it, the reading resonated with you. Let me know all the things in the comments below. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please subscribe. It definitely helps out my channel. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.